pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll second it.
Street department, they ready? Just a little things I'll comment on. I think Cindy gave you a list of the streets that is going to be resurfaced. And I noticed one on the very top, it says 200 North. That's misprint, but on the main papers for the grant itself, it's right. It's 2,000 North instead of 200. So the rest of it is the list of streets that we will be going and resurfacing. And here for long, we'll start looking in places where we have water leaks and stuff. We have some place we'll wait for it to settle and get through this rain where we'll be start patching up some areas, you know, and reseeding some areas where we have some water leaks and different things in around town. And it's a little wet yet, and we do something, we just soon wait till it gets dry enough to do a good job. So. But other than that, that's about it.
I noticed you guys had a sign up for this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brian and I, Brian, he's the brain on all that stuff. But the digital sign from the city park, we've had it in the shop over there. And he put all new LED panels in it, reprogrammed it and everything. And Dean Austin and myself and Brian, we put it, remounted it up there on that the structure up there, and he put some Wi-Fi antennas I call them up. Actually, they can program it from here in the office. And if somebody needs something, they can come down here and they can program it from here. And he is, I called him today, he's going to be tweaking a little bit. I noticed this morning, and when some of the letters are blue or something, it's hard to read if they get right up on it. So he said we can make things bolder, a little brighter at times. And at nighttime, I know the flag gets a little bright when it's on, and he's going to have it where it's dim, we'll dim it at nighttime so it don't bother the duplexes over here. So it's something he said we'll take a little time and tweak it out and get it where we need to be. And I think he's also talked about Fall Fest, maybe since it's just here, maybe working out something in case we have to have another computer through the Fall Fest program too. So, but some things that he's still working on. So that's done a fantastic job.
All right, thank you. Park and Rec, John.
Nothing major. Getting geared up fall season, and been having parties. Get called about every day for parties. I did have somebody get a hold of me about what to do a kids sand volleyball league over at the park. So I was going to go and at least get utilized. They did request about I guess different type of sand to go on that, not replace the sand, but another layer, finer sand. So I'm looking at that. And then it's going pretty good.
You did a good job all parties.
Yeah, we haven't had a weekend without party since 2017. Except
John, while you're up there, Ben Bunn, you want to talk about something about bathrooms or something, or?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Come out or whatever.
Since to the park board. So.
Yeah. No, I was just looking to see about potentially getting like approval of some sort to try and gather funding and then gather people or whatever it takes to get the old bathrooms painted. Like my first thought was trying to hook up with the school to see if the art department would want to do any kind of art installation on it to make it something local, something creative. But if like that wouldn't work, just I think giving it a fresh update would be great as well. But just kind of looking to seek approval to see if it's okay if I do these things or what I got to do to try and make it happen.
You talking about the inside too or not?
No, just be the outside.
The inside, Steve was painting the inside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, there, I guess that's right there, but if you look into it.
That's for insurance. Put like some kind of mural or something like that on it.
Yeah, just kind of, I think just kind of whatever the kids would wanna do, if we could get that to happen, but if not, just we can figure out base colors too. Let's say if it wouldn't work out, have it like all like that, but just something, just to freshen it up at least.
And we were one of, looking, last year we were trying to do both the football fest, but didn't pan out. So at some point, the large building, the white, it's got white, green roof, white walls, green football fest building, that has a chicken dinner, repaint that building. And the shelter next to it match the rest of the building with the park, because they're starting to get kind of, one end's starting to get rusty and it's getting faded and stuff. Just tie it all together. That's the goal is spring or fall or summer to get that.
Yeah, you find out something, you just let us know. What do you got something?
I was just gonna say, now, I don't know if they're still doing this, but IU has been painting murals around, they know they painted one over at Holland. I think they did Jasper, I don't know about Huntingburg. There's, I mean, I could find out somebody from Holland who did maybe
Yeah, it'd be great.
contact, yeah.
Yeah, some kind of like a historical mural for the town of Dale or something would be nice to paint on there or something.
Yeah, that's what it's what they did in Holland, and I think that's what they did in Jasper. But I'll get a hold of somebody in Holland, and, I'll need to let John know, I don't know you, young man,
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I work at Freedom Bank here in town.
Okay.
We got to check on the insurance.
Is he? He sees your
Yeah,
blood on
yeah, these
it?
are things I'm not sure of what's gotta be checked on or done to even make it happen, so, yeah.
Well, you can try to send me to the town hall too, when you figure out something.
Okay, yeah, she told me she was gonna get with me when she's back in town anyways.
Okay, well, appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
If I don't forget it, I'll go to Holland tomorrow.
Okay.
Finally,
I
going
own a house over there,
Bill,
the oldest house in town.
Bill, when going?
I went to the States, moved on pretty good, they had every house now under roof.
Oh, good.
Got all the windows in, all the doors, biggest part of the garage doors,
Yeah, they're moving along
Yeah.
pretty good.
and unit one is, a travel home, and we're painting that unit one.
Soon.
That's gonna be the office, if anybody needs to get in contact with people. Ryanburg, that would be the office, we'll get it over there.
Well, I think, city's got problems with that in the office there.
Right.
How much the rent, who gets up to?
Also, we got approval for the, laundromat, she hasn't got her permits yet, but she's doing demolition work, in case you see some work up there. They're having to demolish it, so the Universal Design and see what substructure there is, so they can reinforce it. Take care of it.
Redo the laundromat, you said, or what?
They had to demo some of the walls, so they see what kind of structure is underneath it, so they design and lay it out.
The old vet building up there, they can turn that into a laundromat.
Oh.
Other than that, we've got, now the started Ranger Edition. We're going pretty slow with all the rain. And that's about it right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, Bill, well, thank you. Wastewater department?
Not much to really report. We did have a problem with Burris Lift Station here about a week and a half ago, and had to replace some cutters on the pumps. They were just wore out. It just wouldn't keep up, and we had to put some cutters on it. After that, it was fine. They are going to start the big project out to the plant on repairing that pump and doing some panel work. Hopefully next month, they think. And we approved that 3 months ago. And me and Austin's got to go to French Lick next week for earn our CEU to keep our license. And we'll be gone for Wednesday and Thursday. Johnny Wall is going to cover the plant while we're gone. Other than that, we don't even have much.
Okay, this is on wastewater, Austin Moore passed his sewer license, so, doing a great job, I need to get my I found the city that last week, and we was talking about, if you pass that test, we get about $1 an hour raise for that.
I'll make that. Yeah, I'll make that as a motion.
I'll second it.
You're on favor.
far, it was going good, but the last couple of days, we've gotten a couple issues. We have a water leak in town that's about 80 to 100,000 gallons a day, and we're having a hard time locating it. We ran all of our lines to the town, went out in the farmer's fields, and nothing's showing, so. Just trying to make everybody
Around
aware.
town, they see a water leak.
Please call in. But other than that, everything's going good. We're just trying to figure that problem out.
Speaking of water department, St. Henry's gonna raise their rates again, so we're gonna have to raise our, we'll give Cindy a line, she had left it up. We have to do that. I think in May, they're gonna raise it again, so we can't keep losing money in water.
While you're discussing that, I think we need to make a motion to have Cindy, contact an accounting firm to have to go through the accounting firm, get to raise the rates, and with her connections, to cities and towns, she found an accounting firm that she believes is pretty good and considerably cheaper than what we're using.
Yeah.
I would request that, or suggest that the council make a motion to give her authority to start making contacts and start that ball rolling.
Okay.
Somebody make that motion by, if not by.
I'll make that motion.
Go on, favor.
I did discuss that with Cindy before she left.
Okay, you got anything else? That it?
Nope, that's it for me.
Thank you. Police department?
Nothing really to bring up. The FOP is wanting to host the National Night Out this year up here at Dale Park. It'll be August 4th. I was just wondering if the town would like to kind of co-sponsor it. It's for people to come meet with police officers. Kevin, if you want to talk more about it, you go to the meeting more than I do.
Yeah, with the FOP, National Night Out is nationally, a day where law enforcement, meets with members of the community, they can come and interact. We do, here in Spencer County, the last several years, we do hot dogs, hamburgers, chips, that kind of, it's all free, there's no charge. Usually we have fire trucks, ambulances, we talked about a helicopter, we'll have to see about location and that kind of stuff, for a helicopter, but it's just an evening to where, members of the community come out and meet the local law enforcement officers in your community and get a meal and have fun. And the Dale Park, we think, is going to be a good area to do that at. So we just are wanting to know if you guys would be, I think we've talked with Johnny about the date and that kind of stuff, so he's looking into that. It'll be Tuesday, August the 4th. Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Well, actually, I think it's July 4th, so I'll double check.
Is there a time on that?
I think we're gonna start at 4:30, and we'll go, I think usually till 7:30 or 8 o'clock. I'll have to double check on the times. I know we already have a band, set and scheduled to be there, and then I think our local donors that do the hamburger and hot dogs, they've already have committed. I missed the last meeting, I was involved, or had to work an accident, so I didn't get the full details. I've been getting emails, back and forth, so I'll get more details, probably for next month, for sure, about everything, if you guys have more questions or anything like that with it. But
Sounds good.
the FOP does have their own, our insurance that covers our events and things like that, but if you guys.
Check with that, the town insurance carrier may want a certificate of insurance.
Yep, we've done that before.
And I've been to several of them before, and it does draw in quite a few children and stuff, so I think it's a good event. So I would make a motion that we approve August the 4th at the park for it.
Yeah, well,
I'll second it.
that sounds good.
Yep, we appreciate it very much, guys. I'll let our president and the other members know, and we'll kind kind of put everything together, and I'll bring you guys more details, once we get everything. Yep.
We may need to ask to close a road or two during the event, just in case, because we're scouting out helicopter landing zones, so. But we'll bring that up at future meetings before the event, just to get permission if we need to. So,
That's all I got. Thank you.
Probably line out there with a lot of different. New business, we need to set a date for the town cleanup. We got May 2nd or 16th, second seems to work, but. So, okay, everybody, second. May 2nd, we are town cleanup.
What are the hours of that?
What we used to do from 8
8 to 2.
May 2nd?
What, May 2nd? Yeah. Have any public comments? You guys want to bring something up?
Well, I think all three of us are on the border about this zoning of the beef farm on Burris Road. What the status is and concerns that we all have around the neighborhood.
What are your concerns?
It's all about concerns. There's a lot of concerns that are being brought up about it.
Can I bring it up? Can you mention it?
The notification of when we have to spray insecticides, pesticides with the bee farm and 24 hours notice, and all the implications that are involved with that.
Would there be a problem with a 24-hour notice?
Well, I think Joe's got some insight on that.
Yeah, you guys probably all know me, Joe Kern, Front 40 Ag. We do aerial application for mostly fungicides, but also some insecticides. Insecticides sometimes are laced in things as a help for farmers and such. And so we have to read every label and make sure that there's nothing that would hurt the bees. First of all, the label's the law. And there is a site called Drift Watch that Indiana State Chemist sponsors or is part of. And so we look for bee sites in the area before we would apply. And then we make that 24-hour ahead phone call and notify them, and they can choose what they do from there. I'm not sure what their rules are on their side. We just have to make them aware of it. I was asked by some producers to just kind of explain the process of how it works, and the concern for them, you know, like I say, I'm not going to tell anybody they can put bees or not put bees or whatever. That's not my thing. I'm concerned for bee guys that we might have 5 or 6 different planting dates in a row, and then we call them 24 hours. Those poor bees are locked up in those hives for, you know, days on end. That can be pretty tough on them too. But that's not my.
You mean you spray several days in a row?
Well, we spray basically from about June 20th would be about the earliest, and about the latest would be about September 1st.
I mean, I'm talking about one area, you just spray one area at one time, right?
So yeah, we might get 40 acres nearby, and then another 40 acres, and maybe 80 over here, and a 12-acre patch here, and it's within that zone. So that'd be our concern. But I mean, like I say, there's laws against, or not laws telling us what we need to do. And I was asked to be here to explain how it works whenever there's bees in the area, and that's how it works.
Well, from what I read on it, bees, they can cover them up, and you can cover up around it and put them in the building, when you spray, so.
Sure. Like I say, I don't know anything about that.
I tried to get a hold of the owner today. I called several times, and I never could get a hold of him, but from what I read, they can cover them up, you know, they don't come out at nighttime, cover them up, and leave the cover on, so you can put them under, put them in the building, so.
Yeah, and that's great.
I was here, I mean, I can't explain it for you, but I couldn't get a hold of him.
Yeah, like I say, that's all great. I just, I was asked to be here by, some local farmers to explain the process, and that's what we do whenever we spray, and, so that's the information I have.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't think if you're spraying 200 yards away, I don't think that would affect that at all.
Well, the label's the law, so if it says that let's just say for example, that it says that it's 3/4 of a mile, then we have to call if we're within 3/4 of a mile. So it just depends on what that label says, or what I did try to call Purdue University, because that's who is a part of the state chemist, who ultimately is the BCHEC or the Drift Watch organization. And I was trying to find out if they had any definitions of when to call. I know we've tried to call even if we're within a half mile, and sometimes the bee owners will be like, well, that's far enough away, we don't care. And there's a couple of them that did, so we just try to notify. So like I say, my position is neutral. I just wanted to explain how the process works.
Yeah, I just wish you was here, but we can't. It is offended. He's not here. Sure. But
I thought, well, from a lawyer, what are the damages in the event? And I looked up Tractor Supply, and you can buy live bees for $229. There he is. Let him answer it.
we were just talking about you.
I might just restate what I was saying. I've been asked by some local farmers to talk about what we do as a applicator of sometimes insecticides.
Sure.
So for us, the label's the law. We have to look at the label and see if there's anything about bees on there, what it might affect. And so if they give us a distance, then we go on to daily, we're on Drift Watch. You probably are familiar with that site. And we get on there and try to identify any hives within that area of the label, or we feel like if we're within a half mile, we usually contact. We did try to call Purdue a couple times in the state chemist office, who ended up giving us a phone number to a lady who was in charge of the Drift Watch for this area, and she's never called me back. I'd like to get a definition from them on when they say that, like I say, we use the label because that's the law, and so I think the farmer's concern nearby is that there might be lots of different planting dates for fields, and those poor bees would be trapped in for multiple days. Like I say, I can't say anything to that. I just know that 24 hours ahead, I get the order for that area, we call. And maybe you got better understanding from your side of things. I can't say that. So.
Right. Yeah, so for us, we need about 24 hours notice because we need to cage them up at night.
Sure.
So for us, we just got to be able to coordinate our schedule to be able to get there, screen them up, and then.
We can't do it in the morning because they're out foraging.
Yeah,
That's
as soon as
wait
it's
for all the
daylight.
forage bees to come home.
Yep, so when everybody's home, we can cage them up, and then as soon as the application is done, then typically we'll just get them out of the hive as quickly as possible, because they're pretty eager when it's warm too, but, yeah, so I've gotten calls from a mile away, especially insecticides, but even fungicides, there's some research that, that kind of affects their gut health and stuff, so most of the time they're not foraging on, the kind of crops, in this area that we're using. Like further up north, they work soybeans, and down here I don't think they work soybeans very much. Occasionally, but I mean it's going to be one of those things that it's not their primary food source. So it's really just going to be in transit where they'd be at risk. And so if we can just cage them up during that application, the bees typically forage a mile is kind of their preferred, and then they'll go 2 to 5 miles, depending on forage and what's.
Do you know the answer? Like when you signed up for Drift Watch, does it say what you're told that you're going to be called or anything like that?
I want to say there's a mile, but I can't say for certain.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's defined.
I was hauling grain today, so I got the call just a little bit before the meeting to be at the meeting. So I apologize. I scrambled to try to double check if there's any new things this year on Drift Watch for when we should call and when we shouldn't and that kind of thing. But quickly come up with that.
Joe, is that aerial and ground rig?
Yes, I think that's any time that so yeah, it's not just whenever I fly aerially. It could also be whenever the ground rigs go as well. Correct. So, yeah, there could be quite a few days there that we might have like a 40-acre field, as I was telling them, nearby, and then there might be a 12-acre field, and there's maybe an 80, and so, we just make a lot of phone calls, so.
But how are you gonna notify all the farmers within a mile and a half radius? There's 3 of us here, but you got all the ones that's not here, so how are they gonna comply?
There's also a lot of aviation guys that I don't think make the calls either. We don't want to end up in the newspaper or anything worse and do damage to anybody's specialty crop or bees. So we take it pretty serious. Once again, I got called here very shortly, but I have a whole binder of things we try to do for protocols for the FAA, for Drift Watch, for state chemist stuff, because we don't want to end up in the newspaper. But and now I'm going to be ending up in the newspaper, right? But the reality of it is that.
Yeah, I mean, this is nothing new to us, and we had the beekeeping supply store down in Boonville, so you would be surprised how many beekeepers are in the area that are signed up on Drift Watch. So there's tons of backyard beekeepers that are signed up. So
We do call quite a bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll work with you.
We work with farmers, most of our hives are up through Du Bois County, all the way to Martin County, and we work with farmers regularly. So, yeah, it's just a
It's
communication.
nothing new to us.
Farmers and advocates, it's just a communication tool. You know what it's like.
Like I say, I just here to explain the process, and that's our process, and that's your process. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. So, any other comments or questions?
Okay. I guess not. So. You're okay to work out with them, I mean.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not anything we haven't already been doing. Communication, so.
Yeah, again, it's all, like you mentioned, it's all regulated.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything differently.
Jeff, you satisfied with that?
Yeah, I think everybody is out there. We're just, we just don't wanna mess up a bunch of bees. That's what our concern is.
We appreciate that. But we know you have to, have your crops too, so.
Right.
We'll all work
We just
together.
don't wanna end up, in a liability suit. We wanna keep everybody happy out there, and we wanna see growth and everything, but.
So it seems like you can all work together and get this
Sure,
going.
yeah. I mean, he's farming our food and we'll provide honey, so we'll be okay, so.
The big scare always is whenever there's a weather forecast that you can't get sprayed in time, and then you have to do the 24-hour notice, and then you can't get it sprayed, and then you could potentially, with especially fungicides, you can lose yield every day that you're not getting the fungicide out there.
Right.
Part of the cleaning.
Yeah, so the main thing for us, like, especially if you're going to apply in a certain area, like, especially close, the more notice, because, I still have a day job, and our schedules are very busy, and so the more notice that we can have that it's coming up, we can start to be, we can just kind of have some preparations and know it's coming. And then when you make the call, like, yeah, we're flying today, or we're flying today, then
we can just run out there.
Yeah, we're much more prepared.
Block them in.
We can kind of keep it
not that
on our
hard.
radar.
I think that for the most part, June 20th would be the earliest date of most of my spraying, and then by September 1st, we're pretty wrapped up. It's kind of the time of the year that we do most of it. It just depends on planting dates. Of course, we don't know what that will be yet this year. So. All right, thank you.
How many hives you plan on having up there?
We don't know.
We don't know, yeah.
It's not going to be, like, mostly it's going to be a teaching apiary. So.
We have like 6, I think, at our
the
current
current we're about
location.
6, just so we can take
Just
people and
enough
rotate
to,
through.
to teach people, really. I mean, it could grow, bees grow like chickens, so.
But that's what I'm saying, like, it's no different, our store property is no different than any other beekeeper, backyard beekeeper, semi-commercial beekeeper, or commercial beekeeper.
There's soybean fields right directly across the road from the store too, so.
Yeah, at our house,
used to
up in
working with
French
them,
Lake, it's pretty normal, it's a communication thing, and that's the main part.
Okay, well, thanks for coming in, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, so we had another appointment, we were up in Brazil, just racing down here as quick as we could get here.
I should appreciate you coming down.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Bruce, you have anything?
Well, now that we've got, the Plan Commission held a hearing on rezoning a piece of property. And the Plan now it becomes the town council's, option to, adopt the ordinance. We did the ordinance in introduced the ordinance in 2025. We referred it back to the plan commission for a hearing. They held the hearing. At their hearing, they came back with a favorable vote, and so now it's in town council's purview to either adopt the ordinance or not adopt the ordinance.
Well, we'll make a motion to adopt this one.
Make a motion to adopt the ordinance as presented in front of us.
I'll second.
I guess city, which one, be your first one, or?
What's the ordinance number?
No, it's 2025-12. We put it, we assigned that back. We assigned it. It was introduced in 25. Although 26 before it's on that.
Just need one copy signed.
Yeah, it's presented, yeah. Community crossing. Streets. Oh, then we've got, ordinance, proposed ordinance, 26.2. So this was Austin's rate.
Oh, okay.
I need a motion for that ordinance too.
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Let's see what else.
You can check it out.
I think we have one that fits.
Oh, we do?
Yes, I probably ought to talk about that too.
Robert, I've got to ask, does anybody else have any public comments? Okay, thanks.
There's been some, problems or some concerns with, people not cleaning up the dog waste at the park. And I think, we have an ordinance that covers that, which, with our existing ordinance says, any animal that causes a nuisance is, it's in ordinance 2007-5. And a dog that interferes with the rights of citizens of the town of Vale or other persons other than their owners can enjoy of life or property can be found a nuisance with the owner fine accordingly. That's a $25 fine. And circling back to if your dog waste is a nuisance to the public. So we have, that's in our existing animal ordinance. And I think that we need to get out that Cindy indicated that we need to let the public know that we're going to start enforcing that, and that we have, the park has cameras. So we can see who violators are with our cameras. And so if people think that they're going to get by with that by coming at a different time, it shouldn't work, because we can find, we should have it on tape.
How do we find them when we do that? Not have to do that, or You can just go to
Our police officers just issue a town ticket.
Will that be payable to the town?
I think it'd be a good idea to put up some kind of signage
Yes.
in the park there,
I agree.
with the fine on it.
Yes.
That's for all over town, right? I mean, some people have.
Any public, in any public, area, in any town on property. Well, we can't regulate what's like, only if it becomes, if the waste becomes so excessive on your own property that it's a nuisance, then the town can, but, we can't, anybody puts a dog out the back door.
Well, this is on town property.
Yes.
That's just in the ballpark.
Yes.
Well, I know it's a problem at the park, and the guy who worked at the park, he's cleaned up several piles up there, and kids are stepping out and going to the water park, and it's just a hassle. Yeah, we did. And you have signs made sometimes, don't you, Davey?
Oh, yeah.
You know, we have some signs made for, put up the park, that any dog waste must get picked up, if not, there will be a fine.
We'll figure out what it's number as well. Yeah, I'll get with you guys, we'll get some, the ordinance number and everything put with it.
Yeah, I figured how to write up.
Yeah,
we can, 3 or 4, but, it'd be very big, just put up the park.
Yeah, I think the signage needs to have the ordinance number on it and everything.
Yeah.
That way people know that it's an ordinance.
And it's 2007 ordinance, so it's nothing, it's nothing new.
Do we need to provide like the bags, stands and stuff like that? Put those in the park?
A lot of places do,
Supply
but,
their own.
yeah, but most of them should supply your own.
I've seen it before.
Yeah. I've seen it in larger.
I've seen it, they don't have people take every bag out of there and just.
Yeah, there's kids. Oh,
Many of the bags you get from the store anymore, one place to get rid of them.
If they don't have a bag, they carry it in their hand. Okay, everybody be kind of hurt.
Yes, then I need the council to approve Cindy's financial report for Gateway.
I'll second it.
All in favor? I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report that was presented to us.
All in favor? Need a motion to approve the paying.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
And I'll second.
Getting all that through.
I'm doing my best.
Anything short of that. Do you have anything else, Bruce?
Let me check through her, this thing she left. I've got a list of streets and community crossings.
Do we know who got the bid for the community crossing for that paving?
I do not.
Below the price.
That's low. Yeah, but he's reviewing it, I think Midwest was reviewing it, I haven't heard anything, but just to make sure everything's right.
We gave that authority at the last meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think. Check here.
everything.
Make a motion to adjourn.
The next meeting, April 14th, I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Go for it.